Friday morning here in the UK. The sun's shining, but it's bitter out there. But that's okay. That's okay. We're indoors. We're still in lockdown, lockdown 3.0. So yeah, pretty cool. No worries. I'm in the warm. So I hope wherever you guys are in the world, whether you're in the UK, Australia, or much nicer in Australia, the weather, or if you're up really early or really late in the USA, hopefully things are a little bit warmer for you there. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about automation. And today I want to help you get clear on how automating your marketing will save you time and also get you much better results than doing it manually. Okay, so let's dive on in. In this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 key things to look at when it comes to automating your marketing and sales. And today we're talking predominantly about nurturing people along the customer journey. So we all know that if someone comes to you at the beginning of their journey where they are completely cold, they know nothing about you, they've reached out and they're like, I'm looking for an accountant, tell me more about what you do. They start following you on social media. They're interested in what you've got to say because you're being visible all the time. They're interested in what you've got to say, but they're not 100% sure whether or not you are the accountant for them. We have to take them on a journey, and a purposeful journey, and we have to automate that the best that we can. And one of the things that I do with my accounting and bookkeeping clients in the Momentum program is really focus on the first 14 days when someone signs up to an ebook or a webinar or something where you give your email address. We have a process in place. We have templates that we give our clients that for the first 14 days nurtures these new additions to their database. Okay, so we're specifically talking about automation for your database to take someone from not really knowing a great deal about you all the way into getting them into a conversation, getting them on the telephone. Now, if you would like to find out how to do that, then message me the word momentum or hashtag momentum, and I can share with you how we work with our clients in the Momentum program and how to get your hands on that. All right. But what I want to share with you today is kind of the high level of how this works. And if you think, oh, you know what, this sounds super cool, which you hopefully will, then let me know if you'd like more details. All right, so the first thing we have to get clear on, okay, point number 1 when it comes to automation is who do we want to attract into our marketing database, so our prospect database. We've already got a database of clients, so you've got that database, but we need to nurture prospects. So who is a really good client for you? So we have to get the who, and also under point number 1, this is 2 things under 1 point, the who and the what it is that you're offering your ideal client. So we get clear on, I call it a hunting niche. So we don't niche your entire practice, we just niche your marketing. What I'm talking about here is we niche your marketing for a certain person, and we need to get crystal clear on the offer that we want to give that certain person. So what kind of things, do we want to sell? Because all of our marketing has to be geared around what we actually want to sell to our clients. One of your biggest problems is that you attract the wrong clients. You attract the wrong clients because you don't know who they are or what your best offer is. So we need to articulate that in the marketing. Okay, so point number 1, who is it that you want to target, and what is, I was going to say how, no, not how, who is it that you want to target, and what is your offer? Okay, that's the first point. Second thing that we need to do is really focus. Once we know who it is that we're going to go hunting for, we need to build that database. We need to build the list, okay? If we don't build a list, we can't automate our marketing because we're doing way too much top of funnel. So we talk about sales funnels, we're doing way too much top of funnel marketing, which is all of the creating content, and you can't automate all of that unless you join the content lounge, which is another thing that I offer, and I can share that with you too. But you can't automate that easily. You can't automate the writing of a blog, and you can't automate the creation of your content unless you have someone do that for you, okay? But what we need to do is build that database as much as we can, which is middle of funnel stuff where we start nurturing your audience, okay? And then that building of the database, that's when we start to automate the marketing that comes out the back end of that. And that's where I mentioned the 14-day sequence that we teach our clients to get people into conversations. Okay, so we build a list. Then let's talk about that 14 days, the first 14 days when someone signs up to the list. So you build the list by saying, would you like something for free, of value? If so, give me your email address. Okay, then you nurture them. And the first 14 days are really, really freaking important because you have to capture someone's attention in those first 14 days. You have to get them hooked into liking to hear from you, and your content has to be amazing. So let me share with you a few ideas so that you can make sure that your content is amazing in the first 14 days of automating your marketing. Okay, so what we do when someone signs up to our database is we send an email out that says, here are some really good blogs that we have had great feedback on. Here are links to these blogs. Please have a look around and, enjoy them. Very, very simple. We give something, we ask for nothing, and we give our best stuff. Then as we go through the 14 days, we build on value. We start finding out who has joined our list. We ask them questions. We find out whether or not they are a now buyer or if they're looking at just, buying from us in the next sort of 3 months to 2 years. We have no idea. We find out what kind of firm they work for because we do the targeting for accountants and bookkeepers. So, are you a new firm or are you established? And we have all this automation set up. So whilst you sign up to my database, it's not me sat there tomorrow pressing a button going, now I'm going to send that to Bob and now I'm going to send that to Claire. That doesn't happen. It's all automated. So over the first 14 days, we do fact finding and value giving. I call them value bombs. You just go, boom, share that value. Okay. So a value bomb, have loads and loads of value from us. And from that, you will start to know us and like us. And then we can build that trust relationship. But we automate all that. It's not done manually, okay? Right, then what we do, once we've done a little bit of research and we find out who our clients are, who our prospects are, who's on our database, we start to segment them. So if you're a new firm or you're an established firm, you get put in different lists. And again, this is done automatically using some CRM software, and it is not something that takes loads and loads of time, but what it does do is get great results from your marketing because we're starting to segment a list. So the people who run new firms don't need to know how to scale a £7 million practice. The people who run a £7 million practice don't need to understand which software to use, whether it be Xero or QuickBooks, because they probably already know the software that they should be using. Okay, so we have to have different segmentations and market in different ways to our database. Okay, and then that's point 4. And then the 5th point is we have to split test everything. So one thing that we spend a lot of time doing is split testing subject lines. Okay, so when you're sending out your emails, you split test your subject line and you change the subject. So we have a big database, so we actually split test our subject line from A to C if your surname, then C I think down to M, and then M to Z or something like that. And we split test it, and we see which subject lines get the best open rate. Then once we have tested that, because remember it's automated, so we test it for a while, then we choose the best one and that becomes that. Then we split test something else. So only yesterday, Claire and I were going through our first 14 days and we were looking at what was the click rate on all of the different links in the emails that we sent out. So we looked at the click rates. Some of the click rates were like 30%. Others of them were teeny tiny. Like having sent out thousands and thousands of emails, we had one link in one of our emails that got 2 click-throughs out of thousands and thousands of people. We're like, get rid of that. That's a waste of time asking them to, click on that. That's not appealing. Either the language around it isn't appealing, or maybe the offer isn't appealing. We need to get rid of it and we need to change it. So we split test everything. We look at what's effective. We analyze everything, and all of the getting it out there is automatic, and we look and see what is most effective. Okay, so let me just quickly recap on the 5 things that you need to do to automate your email marketing, your nurture sequence, so that you can really get the clients and really make sure that the content that you're creating and the information that you're sharing is absolutely right for your target audience. So the first thing, get clear on who your target audience is and the offer that you want to actually share with them. Second thing is that we need to leverage build a list. So we need to get super clear who that audience is and start to build a prospect database. The third thing is supply them with really good content. We need to leverage all of the content that you've created on social media. We need to share through our database. The fourth thing is we need to segment into different kinds of industries or different kind of people so that we're not just blanket sending, and the content that we are sending and the information that we are sending through is really specific and relevant. Okay? We have to have content do 2 things. It has to be relevant and it has to resonate. And then finally, number 5 is we have to split test everything. You split test subject lines, you split test the links that you've got in the emails as well, the call to actions, you split test whether or not you have a long email or a short email. There's so many things that you can do. Now, if you think that marketing is difficult and it sounds overwhelming because this is what I've gone through, it's not. We give you the templates to help you with that in the Momentum program. It's not difficult. It is actually quite simple. It's not complex, okay? It's a series of actioning everything that I share. However, you have to be of the mind that marketing and sales is important to you. Why is marketing and sales important to you? Well, if you want to double your income but halve your number of clients, then marketing and sales is essential because you can't rely on those incoming inquiries through referrals and word of mouth, okay? So if you want to double your revenue but halve the number of clients, then you need to do sales and marketing. If you are happy with referrals and the lower value clients, you don't need to do marketing. Now, as I said, it might feel a little bit overwhelming, but it's not overwhelming when you have the templates and it's just like, oh, okay, I'll do as Amanda says. So if you're interested in that, if you're an accountant or bookkeeper and you are interested in actually getting your sales and marketing working so you can double your revenue but halve your number of clients, get those higher value clients, then let me know. #momentum below. All right. I will catch up with you all. Have amazing, amazing weekends. Hopefully we can have some downtime. It's end of tax season coming up in the next week or so in the UK. You're probably a little bit overworked and underpaid. If you're feeling that way, then you definitely need to start thinking about sales and marketing as quickly as possible so that next year, January 22, oh my gosh, isn't the same as this. In the USA, you're about to go into tax season, so I'll be having this conversation with you when you come out of it. And in Australia, you've got a few more months of peace and quiet. All right, I'll catch up with you soon. Have a great weekend, folks. And I nearly said happy Christmas then. Right, have a great weekend and I'll see you on Monday. See you later. Bye.